Open the gate.
We just want to go and buy food and stuff.
What is this place? Guantanamo?
Omer, Walid and 700 others wait behind the razor wire encircling the detention centre on the island of Samos. They have no information at all on what's to happen to them, and they feel they're being treated like criminals.
Why are we locked up in here? Is this Europe? What about human rights? Why are they detaining us here when they let others through?
Between last October and the 19th of March, MSF teams offered assistance to refugees landing on beaches. As soon as the migrants obtained their documents, they would board the ferry to Athens and continue their journey to Europe. But now that the registration centres on islands in the Aegean Sea have been turned into detention centres from where people are deported back to Turkey, MSF and numerous volunteers and aid organisations have decided to withdraw their assistance.
The decision to suspend our work in Samos was really tough, a really big decision. We are aware that what MSF is doing on the island isn't enough, but we refuse to do more because we don't want to have anything to do with sending migrants back to Turkey.
These Syrians consider themselves lucky as they arrived just before March the 20th. They've been given the documents allowing them to continue their journey. But to where? When they disembark in Athens, they will end up among the 5,000 people already camping in squalor at the port.
The food is really bad. The water too. It's toilet water, not drinking water. And people keep getting sick because of it. We're treated like animals here with this food they give us.
The Greek authorities are trying to transfer the migrants to camps, but most of them, uncertain of the reception they'll get or fearful of being deported, are refusing to board the buses. Mid-March, the authorities managed to get around 1,500 people to move to a camp not far from the Albanian border. 2 weeks on, these families, some with very young babies, are living in tents pitched on stony ground while temperatures drop close to zero at night.
The situation here is not good, but we have no other choice. We'll have to stay till we get some help and to reach our relatives. There is nowhere for us to go. We've been homeless for too long. We've had enough frustration and humiliation. We fled Daesh.
The situation is even worse in Idomeni, where several thousand people wait in front of the razor wire fence. But the Macedonian border remains firmly closed.
60% of the people that are stuck today in Greece are women and children, and more than 90% of these people have a clear refugee status. They really come from war-torn places. This is a failure of Greece, but a failure of Europe to collectively respond to a problem. What we call the refugee crisis, we want to object to that, I want to object to that. The problem is that we have failed to receive them. The problem is that we wanted to make their lives as difficult as possible.
Over 50,000 refugees are trapped in Greece. Their only alternative, at least for the time being, is to apply for asylum. But they're well aware that it's impossible for the country to process all the applications and adequately accommodate everyone.